Chapter 5. Letting Go of Negative Influences. Becoming the type of woman that you desire to be, especially a wholesome one, requires not only the interpersonal self-work, but also the work of maintaining the environment you are growing in. You cannot be nurtured into your strongest self by remaining in negative, toxic, and hindering environments. Discerning positive and negative influences, energies, and environments. The biggest tool you will need to cultivate your hot to wholesome experience is discernment. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serves Elohim and him that serves him not. Malachi 3:18. You have to be able to discern between good and bad, dark and light, righteous and wicked, and everything in between. Anti-Black caricatures and its reality. In the first edition of Sister Reclaim Your Image, we identified the modern media influences and how they promote an image antithetical to the Aboriginal origins of the SRYI woman. We dissected the 4 anti-SRYI caricatures, the mulatto, Mammy, Sapphire, and Jezebel, their origins, and the effect that it has on the Ivrit nation. Be sure to read the first edition for an in-depth study, but for your reference, we will provide a brief description of the caricatures. The Mammy, an Ivrit woman that operates under the interest and economic interest of her oppressors while neglecting her own family and community. The mulatto, an Ivrit woman that identifies with the Western beauty standards set by her oppressors, covers or alters her natural hair, skin, etc. to match her oppressors. The Sapphire, an Ivrit woman that is belligerent and berates her community, but most especially her man, emotionally, physically, and verbally abuses the Ivrit man. The Jezebel, an Ivrit woman that is sexually exploitive to herself and her daughters, is overly sexual and unbalanced, likened to a sex worker. Although these are 4 separate caricatures with 4 separate spirits, the modern Ivrit woman has merged these into one and have reflected this in her global image. We can see this in our community's acceptance of Western beauty standards, toxic relationship culture, cosmetically altered appearance, and the glamorization of harlotry and sex work. In spite of the caricature's glamorization, the reality is that this life doesn't come without its own trials, tribulations, and curses. Oftentimes, the media reveals only one side, the fulfillment of lust and its pleasures, while completely disregarding the real-life consequences of these actions. It is important to teach our generations of the resultant consequences of any lifestyle they choose. It is a disservice to your people to not fully educate them on the realities of a fast lifestyle. You must deal all the cards and let them play with wisdom. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. Discerning modern beauty influences and standards. We must deal with the physical image of our women first, as this is the first parameter of a first and lasting impression. You hear, don't judge a book by its cover, but that is an unrealistic proverb to live by. We were given eyes, as well as intuition, wisdom, and discovery, to be able to judge and discern situations, people, and environments. If you see a fire, do you just ignore, or are you now equipped to measure it, detect its capacity, and then extinguish? When you see a shifty man storming towards you with a weapon, do you ignore it with naivety, or are you preparing to be able to defend yourself? What about a man dressed as a drug dealer or a pimp? Is it just his style, or is it him? Consider it. Judgment means the ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions and/or a misfortune or calamity, viewed as a divine punishment. It is also synonymous with discernment, common sense, and acumen. However, judgment or judging tends to get a bad rep. You may hear some say, only God can judge me, or God says don't judge, but this simply isn't scriptural. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of YisraEl. Genesis 49:16. Open your mouth for the dumb in the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of the poor and needy. Proverbs 31:8-9. And when Yahuwah raised them up judges, then Yahuwah was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For Yahuwah sighed because of their groanings by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. Judges 2:18. Judgment and discernment help our people to strive with cunning and resilience. Lack of judgment will hurt you and leave you receptive to attack. Too much judgment will isolate you and cause a spirit of self-righteousness. But a perfect mix of wisdom, judgment, and discernment will be your salvation in a lot of matters. When it comes to your beauty standard and the image you put out, it is key to understand that what you put out is what you reflect on the inside, which will manifest into what is attracted to you on the outside. Remember the law of polarity and duality. For this reason, a woman on her journey from hot to wholesome will want to make sure if she wants to attract wholesome energy, that she represents herself as such. Let's take 4 types of style to focus on in a case study. We will identify what she is wearing, what energy she gives off, and then the impression she may leave. Conservative. Politicians, government officials, royal houses, and/or religious women. Our potential first impression. She is modest. She is more reserved. She has value that she guards. Zhateyah's opinion. It is good to appear conservative as it protects your most sacred assets. Being conservative will almost always communicate innocence and attract an environment of value. It is important to still remain alluring and appealing, as this is a part of the feminine essence. Sporty or tomboyish. Athletes, butch lesbians, or streetwear girls. Our potential first impression. She is sporty, she is boyish, she is ready to play or be active. Zhateyah's opinion. I don't want to continuously appear this way unless I am having a chill day or am going to work out. This will give off the energy that I am always ready to play and that I cannot be serious, ladylike, or conduct business. It is important to draw the line to not be confused with a lesbian or hyper-masculine crowd. Modestly sexy. Gavira, fashion models, Diane Carroll. Our potential first impression. She is ladylike. She is classy, mysterious, and intriguing. She leaves room for imagination and allurement. She is well taken care of. Zhateyah's opinion. I want to appear as this woman as to attract a good reflection of this. She invites sound business and romantic partnership. She will have to be sure to use balance of modesty and sexy to not appear liberal, promiscuous, or radical. Liberal or radical. Strippers, rapper girlfriends, hot girls, or modern-day influencers. Our potential first impression. She is a party or fun girl. I can take her to the bedroom, rally, or club, but definitely not to my mother or church. She is a whore or loose. She lives a quick and hot lifestyle. Zhateyah's opinion. I don't want to appear like a liberal or radical woman in appearance because I want someone to value me based on longevity and not temporary pleasure, but eternal satisfaction. Liberal and radical is great for the bedroom, but within the bounds of righteous unionship. For a woman transitioning from hot to wholesome, here are some questions that she may ask herself before she leaves her house. What character do I represent today? What energy am I presenting today? Am I comfortable with how I look? What type of people or men will I attract today? What will my first impression be to a new person? Would the Most High be pleased with my outfit? Am I too sexy today? Is this event appropriate? Am I liberal, sporty, modestly sexy, or conservative? On a scale of 1 to 10, how sexy am I today? Would I be comfortable wearing this in front of my elders or parents? A woman that is trying to attract wholesome interactions in people will look the part. Even with a pure heart, it will be difficult for her to attract wholesome energy while representing a hot image. Oftentimes, because many deal off first impression, the pure heart will not be able to be reached because the hot exterior will be a barrier to such interactions. For example, in 2020, although I had a pure heart for the Most High and unifying its people, I looked as though I resonated with the hot girl lifestyle. I wore short skirts, excessive cleavage, skin-tight clothing, blonde hair, etc. As a result, I attracted bums who just wanted to feed off my energy sexually. The thugs and the scammers, the gas station creeps, the club bandits. The righteous women stayed away from me because I looked like their past. There were little to no wholesome interactions, but I cannot fault them. I can only fault myself because I was a mirror to reflect and attract that behavior. But fool me once, right? Oh, be careful, little head, where you lay. Discerning between qualified and unqualified partners. A wicked man is given to a wicked woman, and vice versa. Black women must be careful of whom they let enter their sacred spaces, both romantically and platonically. For an Ivrit woman to get the type of man she desires, she must become the type of woman who would attract such a man. The importance of Ivrit women choosing sound Ivrit men who encourage growth and spiritual wholeness cannot be overstated. A supportive and nurturing relationship has a profound impact on personal development and well-being. Selecting a Black man who values and supports her growth fosters an environment where both individuals can thrive. For Black women, who often face intersectional challenges, finding a wholesome Black man committed to understanding and uplifting their experiences is crucial. A sound partner contributes to spiritual wholeness by fostering a sense of emotional security, encouraging self-discovery, and providing a foundation for spiritual growth. This kind of relationship becomes a sanctuary where both partners can navigate life's challenges together, celebrating each other's successes and supporting each other through trials. The choice of a sound partner becomes an investment in personal and spiritual development, creating the foundation for a fulfilling, spiritually enriched, and harmonious life. When it comes to discerning between a wholesome partner, we can look towards the righteous example of the Most High and his children. We can't name all of his qualities in this text, but we have summarized some key qualities. Loving. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel, and they seemed unto him but a few days, for the love he had to her. And Jacob said unto Laban, Give me my woman, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. Genesis 29:20-21. Cleaving, or merging visions with his woman. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his woman, and they shall be one flesh. Genesis 2:24. Honest, and having integrity. There is he that speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Proverbs 12:18-19. Charitable and generous. A good man shows favor and lends. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Psalms 112:5. Stable. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. Psalms 101:3. A protector or defender. For I will defend this city to save it, for my own sake, and for my servant David's sake. 2 Kings 19:34. Blessed be Yahweh my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Psalms 144:1. Merciful. And Yahweh passed by before him and proclaimed, Yahweh, YisraEl, merciful and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in goodness and truth. Exodus 34:6. The righteous consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked regards not to know it. Proverbs 29:7. Patient. Rest in Yahuwah and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself because of him who prospers in his way, because of the man who brings wicked devices to pass. Psalms 37:7. Wise and knowledgeable. Wisdom rains down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalts them to honor that hold her fast. The root of wisdom is to fear Yahweh, and the branches thereof are long life. Ecclesiasticus 1:19-20. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Proverbs 1:5. A provider. Now when I passed by you and looked upon you, behold, your time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over you, and covered your nakedness. Yea, I swore unto you and entered into a covenant with you, says Adonai Yahweh, and you became mine. Then washed I you with water. Yea, I thoroughly washed away your blood from you, and I anointed you with oil. I clothed you also with broidered work, and shod you with antelope skin, and I girded you about with fine linen, and I covered you with silk. I decked you also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon your hands and a chain on your neck. And I put a jewel on your forehead, and earrings in your ears, and a beautiful crown upon your head. Thus were you decked with gold and silver, and your raiment was of fine linen and silk and broidered work. You did eat fine flour and honey and oil, and you were exceedingly beautiful, and you prospered into a kingdom. Ezekiel 16:8-13. Skilled. For truly desire of gain devised that, and the workman built it by his skill. Wisdom of Solomon 14:2. And he has given men skill that he might be honored in his marvelous works. Ecclesiasticus 38:6. As for these 4 children, Elohim gave them knowledge and skill in all learning and wisdom, and Daniel had understanding in all visions and dreams. Daniel 1:17. Consider. Which qualities do you desire the most? Which additional qualities do you think are necessary for a fit partner? Here are some unfit qualities in a potential partner. Manipulative and evil. Devise not evil against your neighbor, seeing he dwells securely by you. Proverbs 3:29. As righteousness tends to life, so he that pursues evil pursues it to his own death. Proverbs 11:19. Dishonest. Lying lips are abomination to Yahweh, but they that deal truly are his delight. Proverbs 12:22. A forward man sows strife, and a whisperer separates chief friends. Proverbs 16:28. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. Proverbs 12:20. Hasty or careless. He that answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and a shame unto him. Proverbs 18:13. It is a snare to the man who devours that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. Proverbs 20:25. A warlock. For the bewitching of wickedness obscures things that are honest, and the wandering of lustful desire undermines the simple mind. Wisdom of Solomon 4:12. Unfaithful. Yet ye say, Wherefore? Because Yahweh has been witness between you and the woman of your youth, against whom you have dealt treacherously. Yet is she your companion, and the woman of your covenant. And did he not make one? Yet had he the remnant of the Ruach, and wherefore one? That he might seek a seed of Elohim. Therefore take heed to your Ruach, and let none deal treacherously against the woman of his youth. For Yahweh, the Eloi of YisraEl, says that he hates putting away. For one covers violence with his garment, says Yahweh Sebaoth. Therefore take heed to your Ruach, that ye deal not treacherously. Malachi 2:14 through 16. Lustful. You shall not lust after your neighbor's house. You shall not lust after your neighbor's woman, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. Exodus 20:17. Unprepared or lazy. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provides her meat in the summer, and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise out of your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come as one that travels, and your want as an armed man. Proverbs 6:6 through 11. A scammer. Diverse weights are an abomination unto Yahweh, and a false balance is not good. Proverbs 20:23. Violent, angry, or oppressive. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not yourself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. Psalms 37:8 through 9. A wise man fears and departs from evil, but the fool rages and is confident. Proverbs 14:16. Here are some questions that a woman on her journey from hot to wholesome may ask herself regarding a man she is interested in. Does he remind me of the Most High? In what ways? Does he lead me towards the Most High or away from him? Will he be a good father? What evidence do I have to prove that? Can I trust him? What evidence do I have to prove that? What are his pros and cons? Does this man have vision and a plan to achieve it? If so, what is it? Am I willing to submit to and multiply his vision? Do we align with the same life goals? Are we on the same spiritual path? And do our spirits align? What did I glean from his past relationships? How does he treat the women in his life? How does my spirit respond to him? And how does my flesh respond to him? Do I feel protected, covered, and cherished? Can he provide for me financially, physically, and emotionally? Please, ladies, ask yourself these questions. Protect your body to remain sober. For what decisions can you truly make under the influence? Take it from me. Don't fall in love with the what-ifs, the abs, the locks, or the vain words. Grow in love with a sound man that exhibits the characteristics of the Most High through and through. Go for reality. Don't rest in delusion. It will save you from a lot of heartache. Oh, be careful, little arms, whom you hold. Discerning between qualified and unqualified friends. Birds of a feather flock together, as they say. It is important to discern between the type of company that you keep as well. Not only do people judge you based on your look, but they judge you based on your friends, and you don't want to be guilty by association. A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Proverbs 17:17. An excerpt from Why We Need Sisterhood. To lift you up when you are down or to show you how to navigate life, sisters, both older and younger, are always a gem to cherish. It seems as though no friendship could be stronger than the relationship between you and your biological sister, or your spirit sisters. Big and little sisters are there to support you, protect you, guide you, and share as many laughs as your stomach can take. It's a blessing to have someone that gets it, because who understands your journey of womanhood better than your mothers, grandmothers, and sisters? This is why we need sisterhood. Women of today need sisterhood because it provides a sense of belonging, support and understanding, and community circulation. Sense of belonging. When you find your sisters that align with your visions or mesh well with your being, you are provided with a sense of belonging. Sense of belonging is critical for healthy emotional, mental, and spiritual development. Everyone just wants love and acceptance, and sisterhood can provide an abundance of that. Everyone needs a friend to rely on. There's nothing better than being able to vent, hear wisdom, share intimate moments, and grow with your sister for the better. Visit www.zhateyah.life to read the full article, Why We Need Sisterhood. A woman that is on her journey from hot to wholesome may realize that the sisters around her aren't conducive to her growth. She may realize that her sisters are leading her to sin or other issues. Here are some questions that a woman on her journey from hot to wholesome may ask herself regarding a friend. Does he or she remind me of the Most High? In what ways? Does he or she lead me towards the Most High or away from him? Can I trust him or her? What evidence do I have to prove that? What are their pros or cons? Do we align with the same life goals? Are we on the same spiritual path? Do our spirits align? How does my spirit respond to them? How does my flesh respond to them? Does my friend genuinely care about me? What evidence do I have to prove that? Do we have the same code of conduct? Or does he or she put me in harm's way? Does my friend make wise decisions? Can I rely on him or her for counsel? Does my friend represent any caricatures? If so, what? Does my friend represent the ancient feminine? If so, which pieces? Ladies, sisters, girls, and elders, as the legacy of the ancient feminine and wisdom herself, we must be able to discern between what is good for us and what is bad. Whether it be people, situations, or environments, we need to use our intuition, discernment, and wisdom. It's one of the greatest superpowers you can have.